So I will just take a moment to introduce the person who will be introducing our performer this afternoon. So I have the great honor and pleasure to know Dr. Cliff Saron, who has been the chief architect of the program over the last 3 days. So thank you, Cliff. So Cliff Saron has been a longtime friend of Mind and Life. He currently serves on our steering council. His day job is a research scientist at the University of California, Davis, the Center for Mind and Brain, and the Mind Institute. And he is well-known scientist for one very large research project that's been going on now for about 8 or 9 years called the Shamatha Project. So with no further ado, Dr. Cliff Saron.
Thank you, Susan. If you thought a Jewish kid from New York would feel utterly at home in southern Africa, talking about Botho and Ubuntu, I certainly would never have thought that story would be part of my narrative. The first time I heard about a phrase, "I am because you are," was when Carolyn Jacobs was on a speaking tour for Mind and Life in Asia and opened her talks. As an African-American woman, when I say, "How are you?" I need to know because I am because you are. So how are you? And then she got an extraordinary response. And that phrase, as an African-American woman, this reciprocity that was endemic and in her bones, struck while we were on a speaking tour in Phuket, in Thailand, going around Asia. And then in 2014, I had the opportunity to be a speaker at a mindfulness conference at the University of Stellenbosch. And as part of the organization of that, and as part of the catalytic development and the history of the evolution of this dialogue itself, I learned about Vusi's music from Karen Fitzgerald, who Susan had already mentioned was part of the initial organization of this event. And after 3 weeks in South Africa, I came home feeling like I had encountered so much humanity, so much complexity, and there was a soundtrack for it. And the soundtrack for it was Vusi's voice. And it was his enveloping humanity, inviting the message of Ubuntu and Botho into the world as a musical communicator. I know about the universality of music as a language of emotion, perception, space, time, and place. I'm married to a cellist in the San Francisco Symphony who's here. My life is full of music. My children are musicians. And I think music is a language that directly cuts to the core of the human expression that we've been trying to say in where words keep failing, and we only can point to the inchoate shadows of deep experience. So I want to welcome you to an inspirational afternoon, listening to the voice, the heart, and the music of Vusi Mahlasela. We are in for an extraordinary treat. Thank you very much.
Ubuhle bomhlaba, umhlaba wethu abusanakale nje ukude kude kude nokuthula ngenxa yezikalo nobufa. Wololo halla, wololo halla, wololo halla, wololo halla. I'm nje nje. Wololo halla, wololo halla, wololo halla, wololo halla. I'm nje nje. Niyababona bedlala ngezidumbu zethu. Baqabanga ukuthi asinalo lwazi, sizokubabiza sibafundise ngazo. Uma bevuma siyokubaxolela, uma bengavumi siyokubaveza nezenzo zabo ezimbi zemvelo. Bazenza izazi zase-Afrika. Oh, nje nje nabayama yesaba bahambela enxenye njengezinkalankala, baguquma izikhumba njengonwabu, bayabuza njengezinyoka, baqamba amanga njengamaphepha, kanti futhi bayakhohlwa nenxenye yabo inathi wololo nje. Esikhalaza maye maye wo maye maye esifela ntabonye maye maye esikhalaza maye wala nje wololo halla wololo halla wololo halla wololo halla. Jimbiri jumbira, jimbiri ndirira. Kutheni nathi xosomandla, kutheni thina sihluphe kanjena. Hayibo izono zethu ubumnyama qwa. Little bitch gets catch better be than that.
Dumela, Sanibonani. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure for me to be here in front of all of you beautiful people tonight. I mean, this afternoon. And I'm also happy to be part of this, what is happening here, and to be in Botswana. And I just want to say that South Africa, Botswana, and the SADC region must work together to strengthen partnerships and also peace be upon our people. The song that I just performed right now, it's about the wisdom of forgiveness. I'm so much touched and just into the depth when I heard Umam Pumla, who he was explaining the two way of forgiveness. I think forgiveness also being part of the concept of Ubuntu. This song or poem was written long before we could think that we were going to go through that phase of the truth and reconciliation in our country, as it was championed by our grandfathers of humanity. So it's all about that regime that played that ugly, and also about the police during the time of apartheid, when there was quite a lot of turmoil under apartheid in South Africa. Police playing with our dead corpses thing, dead corpses, thinking that we don't know about this, all the injustices that they did to our people. And here I'm saying that we will call them and teach them about those corpses. Teach them about all those injustices they did to us. And if they agree to come forward, we will forgive them. But if they don't, we will expose them. And as I've mentioned, this was written long before we could go through that phase of the truth and reconciliation. This was championed also, this forgiveness, by our grandfathers of humanity and Holiness Talanama. I read also about his part when he was talking about the wisdom of forgiveness, Tata Nelson Mandela, and many others who planted the seed of reconciliation as well. That forgiveness is very much important, as much as we've heard the other part of it, but also I think if you learn to forgive, you learn more to release more calmness within the innermost of yourself, and you become more free. That is, if it's truthfully that you are really asking forgiveness truly, and then also forgiving truly. And if you don't forgive, you are like your own prisoner. You become like a bitter leaf that can just be squashed or be swept away by the wind anytime. So forgiveness is very important, and I think we should all wear it like a crown. Thank you. This one, it's entitled, it's all about the pain of separation. This was written in solitary confinement. A prison warder who was very much understanding. It was smuggled in a paper, pen, and it was written, actually it was written on top of a toilet paper. kicks its way in, keeping us separated for moments endless, like a gold dot hanging shut between a prisoner and freedom. When we meet again, let us defy nature and become inseparable whole, like a once scattered grains of sand now become a solid rock, immovable of gaiety and love, and love. La 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 la. When we meet again, let us defy nature and become inseparable whole, like one scattered grains of sand now become a solid rock, immovable of gaiety and love, and love. Ah, na, na. Ah, na, na. Thank you very please. Thank you very please. Okay, this next one, it's just more about creating that healthy debate about the agricultural revolution. I think food is important anytime, anyway, whatever. I think, yeah. But I think in South Africa, this is somewhere I did it was more also like to encourage, the young one to start getting into agriculture. We have only about maybe 2 to 3% of people doing agriculture there. So just trying to create that debate that, they must come into that. But this is also a call for unity to fight poverty all over. I think for those who know the song, they can join me on the chorus. Silang mabele, kamangi komo, satsile pirimile. Bana batswerwe ke tlala, batswerwe ke ramateka, monna yo mosesane. Silang mabele, gamang dikgomo, satsele pirimile. Bana batswerwe ke tlala, batswerwe ke ramateka, monna yo mosesane. Beng naga gotlhe ka re lebang pele ga matlho a lena lebang fale ke khumanego fela beng naga gotlhe ka re lebang pele ga matlho a lena le ya re wa le godimo ka re tshegetsang ditaola tsa Afrika Borwa sayang palo yotlhe Louis dire lesika leme silang mabele amang dikgomo sa tsele pirimile bana ba tshwerwe ke tlala ba tshwerwe ke ramateka monna yo mosesane silang mabele amang dikgomo sa tsele pirimile bana ba tshwerwe ke tlala ba tshwerwe ke ramateka monna yo mosesane Kumanego ena silang mabele amang dikgomo sa tsele pirimile bana ba tshwerwe ke tlala ba tshwerwe ke ramateka monna yo mosesane silang mabele amang dikgomo sa tsele pirimile bana ba tshwerwe ke tlala ba tshwerwe ke ramateka monna yo mosesane silang mabele amang dikgomo sa tsele pirimile bana ba tshwerwe ke tlala ba tshwerwe ke ramateka monna yo mosesane silang mabele amang dikgomo sa tsele pirimile bana ba tshwerwe ke tlala ba tshwerwe ke ramateka monna yo mosesane tsele pirimile bana ba tshwerwe ke tlala ba tshwerwe ke ramateka monna yo mosesane silang mabele amang dikgomo sa tsele pirimile bana ba tshwerwe ke tlala ba tshwerwe ke ramateka monna yo mosesane yes, Silang Mabele, Amandi Homo, Satsele Pirimile. Bana Batswer Wikitala, Batswer Wikiramateka, Muna Yomose Sane. Silang Mabele, Amandi Homo, Satsele Pirimile. Bana Batswer Wikitala, Batswer Wikiramateka, Muna Yomose Sane. Last one. Silang Mabele, Amandi Homo, Satsele Pirimile. Anna Batsweri Kitala, Batsweri Kiramateka, Unna Yomosi Sanen. Silang Mabele, Kamandi Homo, Satsele Pirimile. Bana Batswer Wikitala, Batswer Wikiramateka, Muna Yomose Sane. Silang Mabele, Kamandi Homo, Satsele Pirimile. Batsweri Kitala, Batsweri Kiramateka, Muna Yomose Sane. Wow, thank you. Isn't this early to do this? Isn't this very early to do this? You people surprise me. Wow. Wow. Appreciate that. Wow. Well, this one is more about one as a troubadour traveling all over the world. Sometimes you are somewhere, and sleeping. When you wake up, you don't even realize where you are. And something tells you inside, Africa. Africa, where you miss this very important thing. This important thing, which is a gift from Africa. Africa is one nation. Africa is a philosophy. We talk about Ubuntu, humanity. So this gift, which is from Africa, it is Ubuntu, a concept that Westerners still have to learn about it, understand it, and live it to the fullest. Well, I had that, notion to say that you are because I am. No, it's a person is a person because of other persons. Yes, Ubuntu is not just that one-hit wonder. It's all about quite a lot of things that we need to learn about. That we say that Africa is a philosophy. It's one nation. And the gift that we have, philosophy, which is Ubuntu. Ubuntu, which is about love, everyday's kindness, helpfulness, humbleness, empathy, sympathy, togetherness, unity, tolerance, humbleness, forgiveness, reconciliation, and distribution. There goes the brother by the wayside. Yes, distribution of morals, knowledge, and skills. But today I'm disturbed. There is distribution of poverty and no wealth. Accumulation, 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 and why? But Ubuntu enables you to have a space to learn more of the respect, get into that diversity that will sort of like really embrace morality as well. So Ubuntu, it's all about many things. It's a philosophy. Ubuntu is like, it's very much important that, every day, you have to have, in order to survive, you must have food or water, isn't it? But in order to enjoy life in this world, you have to be human. And Ubuntu is for you. Say Africa. Say Africa. Say Africa. We cross Zimbabwe's border, flew over the dry fields of my homeland, coming into Joburg, the suntan swimming pools and the Soweto shacks, airports and railway stations, stranded with rucksack and guitar. The languages and the places change, and the sky has different stars. A baby walking in the streets of a city called London, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. A baby walking in the streets of a city called Amsterdam, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. 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 Sticks and stones and the UN loans and the passport controls for countries that don't exist. It's a big world, they have their own problems, everyone. And there's gold in that clenched fist. People ask me where I'm from, I say Mamelodi Township, in a city called Tshwane, meaning we are the same. I have a friend who's a great musician and is from Ebai, near King Williamstown. You know where Steve Biko was born? You might have read or seen a film about Africa. It's a big continent with a great gift of Ubuntu. A baby walking in the streets of a city called London, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. A baby walking in the streets of a city called Amsterdam, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. Say Africa. Say Africa. Say Africa. Say Africa. Say Africa. Say Africa.
I may be walking in the streets of a city called Amsterdam, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. I may be walking in the streets of New York, yeah, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. Say Africa! 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 Africa! Ubuntu ma, sinao. Say Africa! Say Africa! Sticks and stones and the UN loans and the passport controls for countries that don't exist. It's a big world, they have their own problems, everyone. And there's gold in that clenched fist. People ask me where I'm from. I say Mamelodi Township, in a city called Botswana, meaning we are the same. I have a friend who's a great musician and is from Ebai, near King Williamstown. You know where Steve Biko was born? You might have read or seen a film about Africa. You know, it's a big continent with a great gift of Ubuntu. I may be walking in the streets of a city called London, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heart say Africa. I may be walking in the streets of New York, yeah, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. Say Africa! 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 Africa! Ubuntu ma, sinabo. Say Africa! 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 Thank you very please. Shoo!
Okay, thank you very much. This one is about the dove that sang celebrating this summer. I wrote this. It was somewhere, in around December, January, whatever. It's summer back home. And I was somewhere in Sweden. Cold and all that, and I was like, I needed a sauna. So the family I was staying with, they were like, you need a sauna. Now you can take a bus, 15 minutes ride, you go to the recreation center. There's everything there, jacuzzi, swimming pool, and, sauna. And I took a bus, and when I got there, my God, there was this old Swedish woman there at the reception. Now, language problem. I was trying to explain I needed a sauna, and she could not understand me, the old woman. What for not? Sauna, poof. It didn't work. I tried to speak some Swinglish. And luckily, there was these two young Swedish girls. I think they were about maybe 10, 11 years old. So they're approaching. Then they saw that I was battling with the old lady there. And I said, can we help? I said, yes, please. I need a sauna. Oh, sauna, do you have 10 crowns? Yes, I do have 10 crowns. Okay, pay 10 crowns, you get a coupon. I paid the 10 crowns. The old lady gave me the coupon, said, take this coupon. You see that patches, the door, the third door, put on the coupon, the door opens, sauna. I was happy with my towels and everything, whatever. Put in the coupon and the door opens and I came in. And funny, there was like, sort of like a cement bed, and a blue light like on top. So I sat there waiting for the steam to come out, and the light went, a bit more warmer and warmer. So I was there for about 40 minutes. Nothing happened, and I got frustrated. So I was frustrated. I just took my towels and all that, and I just came out and said, let me just go to this pool or shower. As I was coming out, there was two old Swedish women who saw me coming. They said, Bodita! I was like, what's wrong with this? So I just ignored them, and I went to the shower, and then I took a bus home. So I explained to the family that I was staying with what happened. It was such a joke. They laughed. They even called the neighbors. I was like, what's the joke here? I said, no, you were in a solarium. What? What is a solarium? Artificial sunburn. I just imagine, if maybe a Swedish guy came in there and saw me, he was going to complain at the reception. How do you treat your client here? There's a guy who's been there for four days. Huh? Yeah, language problem. There's an idiom that says moto ke polelo. A person is a language. If you learn to speak other people's language, you learn more to understand them, to know them, to love them, and to love their culture and understand their culture. So I learned. No, jag pratar svenska. Selihlobo nyalo imvelo ijabulile imitsala seyuluhlata tihlahla setishakatile imifula iyaphophoma tinyoni tiangelota sitawushaya sendwala sitawulatitselo sidlele bifo sidlele fotfo sitfokote sitawutfokota sihlabelele kanye namaduma sitamduk amduk emabeni abusiwe eTanzania amduk emabeni abusiwe eTanzania amduk emabeni abusiwe eTanzania wololo amduk emabeni abusiwe eTanzania wolo amduk emabeni abusiwe eTanzania amduk emabeni abusiwe eTanzania amduk emabeni abusiwe eTanzania wololo amduk emabeni abusiwe eTanzania. Izinto zimane kwenzeka nje kuyavunguzama engamawalawala kuyavunguzama ngazibhikongo ukugijima kudlula ukuhamba alalabakobakoba ayele bathola amabhotho kwathi ukukhuluma ngenhliziyo yezivunguvungu zemoya ushayisa ikhala Yeah, that is all about saying that, let there be peace in my mind. It's better to walk than to run. I do saying that if you want to walk fast, then go alone. To go far, go together. Are we together? So I was playing Siswati, Sesotho, Selang Mabele, Setswana. Don't mind this. This is a Chinese song. It's called tuning. 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 End of song. This one is dedicated to a comrade, friend, MLI, knew through the Congress of South African Writers. A professor also in his own right, a writer. After a long time of being in exile, leaving the States, came back home to South Africa. After 2 days or so, he was walking down the streets of Johannesburg, and he was mugged by the tigers of the streets. They took his wallet, his money. Where lies a dignity of man if it doesn't have a roof above it, if it doesn't have land, if it doesn't have a job? Those was because of those problems back home. This man is Dennis Brutus. He's late now. Did they ask you why you traverse the streets? Oh, troubadour, did they even look at your face or ask your name? How did you respond to their language of guns, knives, knuckles and boots? How did you respond? Oh, troubadour. How did you respond to their blankness of their eyes? How did you respond? Oh, troubadour. Oh, troubadour, or did you still stubbornly hope the poetics of humanity will spread through the desert of their inhumanity, brought by the airs of cruel white winter? How did you respond to the blankness of their eyes? How did you respond? Oh, troubadour. Tell me, how did you respond to their language of guns, knives, knuckles and boots? How did you respond? Oh, troubadour.
respond to the blankness of their eyes? How did you respond? Oh, troubadour. Tell me, how did you respond to their language of guns, knives, and knuckles and boots? How did you respond? Oh, troubadour. They might have emptied your pockets, but at least they left the poetry in you. They left the poetry in you. How did you respond? Oh, troubadour. This one is also just sort of like a rubber stamp, that concept of Ubuntu, about taking care of each other. This is a story about the two birds. They lived somewhere in a dry land. This other bird didn't have eyes, and the other one no wings. So the other bird just said, dude, we cannot just be here and starve to death, man. We've got to come up with a plan. Yeah, we have to fly somewhere, where we can just really go and find food. So let's do this. We'll fly. I'll be your wings, and you'll be my eyes. And indeed, the dude flew to some greener pastures. Voila. Are we still doing okay? Are we together? Felong la goma o be go le tlala no nyala tshepedi di be di dula thabeng felong la goma o be go le tlala yengwe be sena mahlo yengwe sena diphego tša re go dire tla swarana nna ka ba mahlo wa gago wene wa ba diphego tšaka gomme ra fofela nageng talana mo todijiwago ke bophukubja le botšhwene magana go phalwa šiba le bafata ka dinala nyana tshepedi di be di dula thabeng felong la goma o be go le tlala no nyana tshepedi di be di dula thabeng felong la goma o be go le tlala Charana gadi rote urota chabo mashitwa ke mano re bone ka bonongkgolo ba go lwantšha mano a go bonentšha kgole ke mo re tšwago tšapele ga re ditsebe ge re fihla re tlo tsena jalo ka bonotshi go thoma ka matšhite no yana tšapedi di be di dula tebeng felang la goma go be go le tlala Okay, that song comes back again. Anyone with a coin? You can just throw it. I'll pay back the money. Okay. It's okay. I just want to play you this short song. A comrade of mine, taught me this song while we were in prison. And that comrade, I want you to play this song when you get out there, people. So the song is called Jailbreak. And it goes like, end of song. Thank you very much. I always, got disturbed by this notion whereby Africa's fate is being decided by other people somewhere out there, out of Africa, whether by the G8, G something, or debating whether they have to give aid to Africa or not. We deserve that aid. We do. Because Africa has been giving aid all along. This is the unknown grave. The one who died maintaining his might, his will being so strong and musically inclined, his sad melodies coming out like a smoke from the woody fire, confessing who died last night, who died this morning, and why. One dangerous mind, 4 million graves. Look down into the grave and do not weep. Skeleton confessing the loss of music, culture, and belief. Skeleton confessing the age of lamentations, the age of broken minds and souls. I picked up the soil from this unknown grave and blew it up with the wind so as to make reference one day. And I sang, My boo, ye Africa. Sing now, Africa. Sing loud, sing to the people. Let to them, give something to the world, and not just to take you from it. And we'll ring the bells when you come back. We'll beat the drums when you come back home. We'll ring the bells when you come back. We'll beat the drums when you come back. Our lowest African music will turn into the music of the people. Here's the people's music, but the people's culture. And I'll be the one who'll climb up the mountain, reaching for the top of Africa days, while the poor woman are working for the lazy Lord. See, Africa, see, Africa, see, Africa, see, Africa, see, Africa, see, Africa, see. Sing, sing, Africa, sing, sing, Africa. Let the illusions of memories be off from the people's minds and souls. We'll ring the bells when you come back. We'll beat the drums when you come back. We'll ring the bells when you come back. We'll beat the drums when you come back. We'll ring the bells when you come back. We'll ring the bells when you come back. We'll beat the drums when you come back. Barebe buchkara, barebe buchkara, bitchkete beko, kete papa, bitchkete betuba, kebe kogo chago deba dino. Africa say, Africa say, Africa say, Africa say. Sing, sing, Africa, sing, sing, Africa. Let the illusions of our memories be off from the people's minds and souls. Africa see, Africa see, Africa see, Africa see. We'll ring the bells when you come back. We'll beat the drums when you come back. We'll ring the bells when you come back. We'll beat the drums when you come back. We'll ring the bells when you come back. We'll beat the drums when you come back. Africa sing, Africa sing, Africa sing, Africa sing. Ah, epere ashkure barashka, ashkure barambara bara kushkuru bara kushku. Ambo de maskara, ashkesh kosh kachkesh kat yeah. Nakupenda sana mwana wa Afrika, nakupenda sana. You say Afrika nibi fe. You say Afrika nakupenda sana. Afrika nakupenda sana mwana Afrika nakupenda sana. Let me hear that. Afrika nakupenda sana. Oh, Afrika nakupenda sana. Afrika nibi fe. Afrika nakupenda sana. Afrika ndiye kutsanza wema. Afrika nakupenda sana. Wololo 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 wololo. Afrika nakupenda sana wana Afrika nakupenda sana. Afrika nibi fe. Afrika nakupenda sana. Wow, you feel like dancing? Okay, I think now
I've got to get the hell out of here. Okay, I'll play 2 more songs and then that's it. They say they want to say Africa. Say Africa. We'll go to that. This one is dedicated to my late grandmother, who protected me from the police when I was a young activist. I don't want to come with too much details. It was all about when we were organizing commemorations for those students who were killed in 1976. Because, we were protesting against the Afrikaans language and many other issues. Also about being segregated according to our tribes, the townships. The students wanted to talk and the police answered with bullets. So many students died. I was young then, and that's when my political education started, when I asked questions what was really happening. Then later on I joined the movement. So I remember my first task was to distribute pamphlets, organizing commemoration for all those students who died in 1976. Because this escalated to Mamelodi Township on the 21st. So the police knew the ringleaders who were organizing what and everything, whatever. So every year around June, around the 10th or 11th, the police will round us up and take us, to prison. So it was a routine every year like that. So I used to run away from home when I heard that, they've arrested comrade so and so and everything. And one night I heard that comrade Sapo was arrested and everything, and I was starting to pack my bag and everything, and my grandmother saw me doing it. I said, "What are you doing?" I said, "No, the police are coming, I'm going." He said, "No, you are not going anywhere. You stay put. This is your home. You're going nowhere." And indeed the police came, they surrounded the house. My grandmother switched off all the lights in the house and opened the kitchen door. And she said to them, "Vusi's here, and you're not going to take him tonight. I'm tired of you having to come here around this time, harassing us whilst your children are sleeping peacefully in your homes. He is here, and you're not going to take him. I've got a bowl full of boiling water. The first one who comes in here gets it." And they left. Tulla mama, tulla mama, tulla mama, mama, tulla mama, tulla mama, tulla mama. Through the mist of the tears in your eyes, on my childhood memories, I know the truth in your smile. I know the truth in your smile, piercing through the gloom of my ignorance. But there is a mama lying down, sleeping the very ill, and the heart crying, wondering, 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 what is this world coming to? Is it right that small children have to fend for themselves? No, no, no. Is it right women struggling in this uncertain world? No, no, no. Is it right
heaping trouble on an old lady's head. So unlucky, faceless people suffering every day. Damn it! Tulla mama, tulla mama, tulla mama, tulla mama, tulla mama, tulla. Tomorrow is gonna be better. Tomorrow is gonna be better, mama. Tulla, don't you cry, mama. Tulla mama, tulla mama, tulla mama, tulla mama. Na hirona, eres veskereva, askubara, anibireskube, amadabarube, arabarubidobadurush, kedoposhkan, kedoskechkumbe. La 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 la, la la la. To break into the song like the bluesman or troubadour, and in from long distance in no blues club I might say, baby, 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 baby. Should I now stop singing of love? Now that my memory is surrounded by blood, sister, why, oh why do we at times mistake a pimple for a cancer? La 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 la, la la la, la la la. So who are they who says no more love poems now? I want to sing a song of love for that woman who jumped fences pregnant and still gave birth to a healthy child. Softly I walk into this embrace of this fire that will ignite my love song, my song of life, my song of love, 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 my song of life. Ooh, I'm not trying to run away from song. I hear a persistent voice, more powerful than the enemy bombs, demanding this song that washed our lives in the rains of our blood. My song of love, my song of life, my song of love, my song of life, yeah, boy. My song of love, my song of love. Let me hear everybody sing. My song of love, my song of life, my
my song of love, my song of life, my song of love, my song of life. My song of love, my song of life, my song of love, my song of life, my song of love, my song of life, my song of love. Let me hear you sing it. My song of love, yes, my song of love, my song of love. Seven X. Let me hear you sing it. My song of love, my song. You can do better. My song. That's what I'm talking about. My song. I love song, my song of life. Sing. Love song, my song of life. Sing. Love song, my song of life. Sing. Shoo, Masike. Okay. You feeling irie? Oh, this is the wrong key. igqirha lendlela kuthiwa nguqongqodwane seliqabe leqithapha ayanga uqongqodwane seliqubu leqithapha ayanga uqongqodwane This is a song that carried me throughout to yesterday, making love to the future, to the innocence of age. Babideva, Arabate, Chom, Babideva, Ascudeva, Babideva, Arabudet, get up. She was in London. Say Africa. Say Africa. Say Africa. We crossed Zimbabwe's border, flew over the dry fields of my homeland, coming into Joburg, the sun-tanned swimming pools and the Soweto shacks, airports and railway stations, stranded with ruckpack and guitar. The languages and the places change, and the sky has different stars. I may be walking in the streets of a city called London, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. I may be walking in the streets of a city called Amsterdam, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. 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 Sticks and stones and the UN loans and the passport controls for countries that don't exist. It's a big world, they have their own problems, everyone. And there's gold in that clenched fist. People ask me where I'm from. I say Mamelodi Township, in a city called Tshwane, meaning we are the same. I have a friend who's a great musician and is from Ebai, near King Williamstown. You know where Steve Biko was born? You might have read or seen a film about Africa. You know, it's a big continent with a great gift of Ubuntu. I may be walking in the streets of a city called London, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. I may be walking in the streets of a city called Amsterdam, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. Say Africa! 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 Bambit kidip bam, parable de bam, no man bip bam. Follow back, that's baby walking in the streets of a city called Amsterdam, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. I may be walking in the streets of New York, yeah, but the dust on my boots and the rhythm of my feet and my heartbeat say Africa. Say Africa! 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 Africa! Ubuntu ma, sinawo, hey Africa! Say 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 Africa! Africa! Ubuntu ma, sinawo, say Africa! Say Africa! Say Africa! Say Africa! Say Africa! Say Africa! Thank you very please.